Why, hello there. It is 20 days until Elden Ring comes out on February 25th, 2022, and this is the Elden Wake Countdown. And today we are going to talk about the Elden Ring Overture because I got the English translation from Yen Press and I was taking a look at it, and I noticed a few things, including some interesting things about changes to item descriptions from the network test that I want to get into, so let's get into it. So the first thing I noticed in the Elden Ring Overture is that in case there was any doubt, it does say that flails are in the game, which I am looking forward to, and I know a lot of you are very excited, so I look forward to all of us getting to use flails for the first time in a From Software game. And this next point I've mentioned before, but I wanted to reiterate that in Elden Ring there will be a password multiplayer, like in previous titles, but that there will also be a way to group with friends that make the group's bloodstains, messages, and fandoms appear more commonly and in bolder colors than those not in the group. Miyazaki says that this changes the messages from coming from someone somewhere to being from someone you've chosen and approved, giving those asynchronous features extra meaning. And next, Miyazaki mentioned that magic in Elden Ring indicates certain magical lineages through the visual representation of the sigils and symbols, and we've discussed that quite a bit. He also went on to say that some of the staves and seals from a certain lineage will strengthen the spells and incantations from the related lineage. He is hoping that this adds a new way to enjoy spellcaster builds and contribute to the world building of the game. And now let's talk about some item descriptions. Katao mentioned at the Taipei Game Show that the item descriptions in the closed network test weren't finalized, and there were some item descriptions featured in the Elden Ring Overture from the closed network test that contained slightly different descriptions. For anyone who might wonder if these are translation differences, all of the other items match word for word with the closed network test item descriptions, and the changes mentioned here are mostly additive to the original description, so it wouldn't come down to a difference in translation because this is new content added to these item descriptions. First, we have the Meteorite item description, which in the closed network test said a glintstone sorcery that draws on gravitational force used by a great white king with stone skin. It now says a glintstone sorcery that draws on gravitational force used by the alabaster lords who had skin of stone. And I want to note that the gravitas skill is also featured in the overture, and it still talks about a great white king with stone skin, so this is a change specifically for the Meteorite spell description. So we have the great white king with stone skin who rules the eternal city that is in ruins underground, and his alabaster lords who also have skin of stone. This is a bit of intriguing new flavor as we learn more about the eternal city and who live there, and it makes Whiteface Verray even more intriguing to me. It appears that he has a mask over his face, so I'm not sure that his skin is made of stone, but now that we know that this was a thing in the Eternal City, having alabaster stone skin, it seems more likely to me that Whiteface Verray has some sort of connection with the Eternal City. When you kill him, he even asks if we know who he is. I don't, Verray, but I'm curious about you, you little prick. And then we have the Reduvia item description, which has less of a change in flavor and more a slight change in explanation. The overall text is written a bit differently, but the interesting part to me was the addition of charge attacks and jump attacks make it particularly easy to break an enemy's stance. So it sounds like the Reduvia has increased stance damage when using charge and jump attacks compared to other weapons, which is good to know. And next we have the Thunderbolt skill, which has a small but not insignificant addition. In the closed network test it said a skill used by DragonWorshipers, and in the overture it says a skill used by DragonWorshipers from the capital. Many believe, myself included, that the capital was shown in the story trailer during the large battle between the demigods, and this serves to reinforce the assumption that this would also be a place we visit. And I have that confidence that this is a place we visit not only because it is in the Lands Between and shown in the story trailer, but because so far all of the locations mentioned in item descriptions are places we will actually visit in the game. We know that Godric has a reverence for dragons, calling them kin and true heirs, and also there is plenty of evidence to suggest that the dragons attacked Stormvale. So this edition that Dragon Worshippers from the capital use this Thunderbolt skill adds further intrigue to the dragon situation and their role in the game, as well as makes me think that there is a potentially badass dragon waiting for us in the capital. And lastly, we have the Coil Shield, which has been rewritten with basically the same information, but it does now indicate it was designed for gladiatorial combat, which isn't a big lore bomb, but does potentially hint at a gladiatorial arena in the Lands Between and the chance to be a tarnished Spartacus. And there you have it, day 20, some interesting changes and new information in the Overture. Nothing totally mind-blowing, but again, just rounding out and giving us some new flavor to work with. If you're interested in reading the English translation, you can check out in the description. I'll have a link to the Yen Press, which has a various sites that you can get it from. I got it for Kindle myself. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. And if you want more talk about item descriptions and everything leading up to the release of Elden Ring, which is just under 3 weeks now away, and then you want tons of lore content and design content and just a lot of talk about Elden Ring, please consider subscribing to the Lore Hunter. Thanks for watching.